season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Let's go!
Ready? 30 base.
I got you, pop. Watch right. Hey, watch your leg.
Fire.
They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Jet bombers. Jet bombers.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And he rifles one incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Operating from the gun. St. Clair. That's to his running back. Kerryon Johnson. That'll go as a pickup of 8.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Pilot, 64, weak. Ready.
On 1st and 10, St. Clair. That'll be taken in there by Kenny Galladay. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. It's a gain of 14 and a first down for Detroit. A first down carry here for Johnson. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make 2nd down pretty tough. So now they operate back from their side of the field here. 2nd and long.
Watch the run.
5. Get it.
Off play action. St. Clair nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ben Gideon able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast and a big sack. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10.
Ready? 18, Gator.
Check, 43. Now let's get that ball.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's up past the 10 to about the 12. The tackle made there by Jared Davis.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
23 is the mic. Man, I got you.
2nd and 6. Escaping the pressure right. And this is incomplete.
Well, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
X3, 218, chop. 7.
From the gun, Love. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Well, we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the number 1 receiver double covered, but how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a first down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down.
Down. 15. 5.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. Mike Ford in on the tackle.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
2nd and 5. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46.
Hey, Orban. You're out.
On 3rd down, Love. And the pressure gets to him again. Von Miller make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, do you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
On 2nd down, Johnson. And he's got room. And all the way down to the 26. And he's going to get this all the way down to the Vikings' 26. And you talk about great blocking up front. I don't think he was even touched, not a finger on him, until he was brought down to the ground.
I think we heard the whoosh as he went by, didn't we? Right through the gap. No one there, as you outlined. No one touched him at all. A free sprint into the secondary.
Yeah, that's what you call breaking free right there. On first down, St. Clair looking for Edelman, and he hits him. It's complete. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Running from the gun, Johnson. Johnson with a burst, a first down or more. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Kerryon Johnson with touchdown number 7 on the year. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Here's Martin now following the score as he'll send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
And the Vikings first down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Ready? 10 logo.
Vikings,
Let's
nothing.
go. 23 is the mic.
Be different. Be different.
Operating from the gun. Love. It's complete here to T.Y. Hilton. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Gator.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D.
Throwing on first down. Love. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Von Miller in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Looking to throw. Love. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Von Miller has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long.
43 is the mic. 43 is the mic. hey, check 24. Watch 24.
Hey, Mike.
From the gun, Love. Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to go down again. Trey Flowers in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Down.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
11 yards there and a Lion first down.
First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Hey, check 24. Check.
You draw quarters. Hey, echo. Hit it.
On first and 10, St. Clair. Johnson's got it complete. They'll give him a yard on the play, and it'll be second down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this second and 9.
It's going to be a long day.
Ready.
Second and 9 now. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on third and 9. Back to throw. St. Clair complete to Jones. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to fourth down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? But it definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again, so it's not picking up.
It got his man complete. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
Hey, alert 3, alert 3. Back.
Hey, seam 6. Seam 6. 2.
On first down, Love lets it fly for Thielen. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
Back to the air on second down. Love. Looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
You talked about the need for them to establish the run early. They've been able to do that here in the first half.
And that means that the whole offense has adopted that attitude and that persona. We're going to take care of this young quarterback. Let's all get together and run it and take the pressure off.
On second down now, it's Johnson. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. They'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
On the double.
Like 10. You got to get the ball. Do you get the ball?
Protein spill.
Sponge.
They go.
Throwing on first down. St. Clair. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. The loss of 3 on that first down pass play, now second and 13. From the gun, a run for Johnson. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on third and long. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 30.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
So first and 10 now from the 30. Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And forget that 100-yard rushing game, at least for the moment, as he'll lose yardage here and fall back under the century mark for the game.
All day, every day, any day.
Ready?
On second down, it's Johnson. And he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. First down Lions on a pickup of 13. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
Set, ready? 90 Wolf.
They'll run on first down. Johnson, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. A small bit of adversity here on what's been a strong drive as they come up second and 12. Johnson. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
Come on, set. 18 Gator.
You can't block me.
Hey, Alpha.
Block me. You can't block me. Check. 55 to mine.
Shoot.
To throw on third down. St. Clair. He's got a man complete. It's Julian Edelman. And he will get him down a couple yards shy of the first down marker. A nice tackle coming up from his free safety spot.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job here of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
Undercrouch. Check. Crouch. Shift. Alert 3.
Now.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Looking deep for Hilton. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
Watch the eye. Tighten up.
To throw again. Love. Flushed out right. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 46.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in the half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. On first down, Johnson. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. On second down now, it's Johnson. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. He hit his first, this one from 38. Badgley able to punch this one through. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they felt they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Check. Mike 51.
Yeah.
51 to Mike.
6-6, pull it high. Hit it.
Looking to throw. Love. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 38. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Took till the second half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. It's 1st and 10 from the 12, and he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading the play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. On 2nd down, it's Hill. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup there as they'll be left with 3rd and 1. So a decent deficit at this stage in the second half. 4-down territory?
No doubt about it. There's not a chance that he hasn't looked ahead and said, okay, if we gain yardage on this play, this is what we'll do going forward. If we lose yardage, this is the play call that I'll have ready.
What we got? What we got? What we got?
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season as his guys are back within a single score. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 13-7. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. 2nd and 11. He'll get this one to Galladay. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Hey, my 7. 22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber.
On 3rd down, St. Clair, and that will be incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. And I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. They want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
Give him 30 yards there.
A lot of running backs in the passing game, they're just used to check it down to them or maybe dump off passes. But this guy, they use him to stretch the field, don't they?
He stretched it right there, turned it into a really nice game.
Let's go, get set.
On 1st and 10, Love. A battle for it here, and this will be caught. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. Another good completion on the drive as the Vikings have a 1st down. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking 1st down.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. They'll go with Hill here on 1st down. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. Here's Hill one more time. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the 1st down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. A great play there. With his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Vikings have taken the lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that will put them on top here in the 3rd. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
The Lions take over 1st and 10.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Johnson. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be 2nd and 12. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Here's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. Back now at Ford Field. And we've got a dandy here. A 1-point game as we begin the 4th. The Lions on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Back to throw. St. Clair nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ben Gideon in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. And here now the punter, Martin, booming this one away. And this will be taken at the 13. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the 1st. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
Hey, over.
On 1st down, Love. And Diggs has it. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the 1st. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Love. It's complete to Diggs. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the 1st down. Throwing on 1st down, Love. He'll find Diggs once more on the completion. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 12 yards there, 1st down Vikings.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. A great effort there. Taking it in. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Point after, right down the middle. And that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweat.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Here's a 20th carry for Johnson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. The Lions on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. He completes it to Jones. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the 1st down at the 29. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down. On 4th down, St. Clair. And no, it's incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position.
70, Indy.
Watch out, watch out, watch out.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the 1st.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
On 1st down, a running play ends up going backwards as he won't get close to the line of scrimmage. In fact, he's going to lose 4 yards.
Let's go, go. 18 Gator.
Quarterback, don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning to turn you up.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Love. The left side caught by Diggs. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. On 3rd and 2, Love. And he's able to find Diggs. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the 1st down as he's tackled at the 2. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and goal as they search for what. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. And that rushing touchdown is 4th, puts him just 1 shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it, but he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. They go to Johnson again. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
30 base.
On 3rd down, Johnson. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a 1st down. And, Charles, you look at this offense, their struggles moving the ball well documented. Dead last in the NFL in 1st downs, but signs of life there.
Yeah, and you and I do, I think, a really good job of respecting the game and respecting the teams. But this squad, they're in a position now where their fan base gets excited when they pick up a first down. They cheer almost like they picked up a touchdown.
Now throwing on first down and completing it. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game.
Defense wins championships, baby.
Again, it's Johnson. And an alley to run. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. And the Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They run. It's Johnson. And this is going to come up well short as they stop him on 4th down. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Vikings are going to win this football game. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. That one looks like he'll throw here. Looking left side, he's got it. Complete.
Let's go. Let's go.
Down. 61. Max box right.
First down, Minnesota.
Hey, Zoo. Ready.
On 1st and 10. Love. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And they'll get this down to the 10. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. On 1st down, Love. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Von Miller in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. 2nd and long. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Gerald Everett, his first touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Extra point splits the uprights. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.